could you introduce yourself and explain why you are here today?
My name is Ryan. For years, I was the kind of person I never thought I'd become an abuser. I want to tell my story, not as an excuse, but as a reflection and a lesson. I grew up in what some would call a broken household. My father was the typical absent father who was also an alcoholic. He would come back after a long day at work, radiating with the smell of alcohol. If anything I said or did tick him off even the slightest, he would inevitably lay his hands on me. Because of my mother's ignorance, I assumed all of this was normal, and that I was at fault for not being more careful with my words and action.
So, how did that affect you and your loved ones?
I started with my own family, carried that same anger with me. It started with small, first with harsh words that I regretted, slamming doors and items, but soon it escalated and it became physical. I didn't recognize myself, but by the time I did, I couldn't undo my actions. The turning point came one night when I looked into the terrified eyes of my own child. She had the same look as I once did. I then realized that I was continuing the cycle of violence. That moment broke something inside me, but it also planted the seed for a change, and the cycle had to be broken.
How long did it take for the cycle to really be broken?
I wish I could say the change happened overnight, but it didn't. It took years of therapy, anger management classes, and painful conversations. I joined a group of people like me, those who hurt others and hated themselves for it. It was there I learned that abuse is a choice, but so is a change. Taking responsibility for my actions didn't erase the pain I caused. I cannot undo the harm I caused, but I can dedicate my life to making sure I never cause it again.
Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for being here today. Can you tell us your name and why you have chosen to speak with us?
My name is Sarah, and I want to talk about what's happening at home, but I'm kind of scared. What if mom and dad see this? Can you cover my face?
Of course, we will do whatever it takes to protect you, Sarah. Don't worry. But what do you mean by you're scared? Can you share what's going on?
Sometimes at home, when my dad gets really mad, he would throw things. I don't even understand why. Like, is it normal for dads to act like this? Maybe he's stressed, but it's not just that. It's when he starts hitting mom that I feel like I couldn't breathe. Every time it happens, I feel helpless because I can't help mom. I would always hide in my room. I used to feel safe there, but not anymore. I just want to forget.
I'm so sorry that you had to go through that at such a young age. How does this affect how you feel about yourself?
I feel like I shouldn't be born into this world. I'm going through puberty and my body's changing, but my home, it's still the same scary place. I don't know how to handle it anymore. I want to run away from home most of the time. I can only be myself, and I'm the happiest when I go to school.
So, have you talked to anyone about this situation?
I told my friend and her parents last month. They looked really worried and said I was very brave. They also offered me for help, but that's it. When I go home, everything is the same. Nothing changes.
What do you wish people understood about what you are going through?
I'm scared. I just want to laugh and feel safe like the other kids in school. I just want to be in a happy family.
Thank you for sharing everything with us today. You are incredibly brave, Sarah.
I just want a normal life. One where I can grow up and be with a happy family around and not worrying about home.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for volunteering to talk about your experience today. So let's start now, shall we?
It has always been like a ripping wound whenever I talk about it. I was with him for 5 years. We met during my lowest moment of life at a convention. He seemed to be really into me back then. We started our relationship right away. He was nice and caring to me at first, and because I was so desperate of having someone by my side, I was convinced by him to live together. But after moving in, everything changed.
How so?
He began to control my lifestyle, what I wear, what I eat, with whom I met, where I go. He would take my car and phone away so that I could only spend time with him. He gaslighted me into thinking that my mental state is not good to do anything on my own, and that he was just doing his responsibility by looking after me. He started questioning my role as a partner as well. I was expected to do everything a traditional housewife would do. He often compares me to other girls, saying things like, "Only I will love someone like you." Things got painful for me when he totally closed. He would always come home drunk, and that's what the situation get physical. He would throw things and drag me around and even drag me out of the streets and shame me publicly twice.
I see. So, how did the situation change?
We went to another convention together. When I saw some of my friends there, I managed to escape out of his sight and went straight to my friends. I told them of what happened between A to Z. I was fortunate to have friends that helped me. They offered me shelter and keep me away from the reach of my ex. When they helped to pick my things at the apartment, they said that my ex is very horrific.
Then, how do you feel now?
All I'm trying to do now is to move forward despite the pain. I joined a supportive group, hearing similar stories from other victims to know that I'm not alone. But deep inside, it's always hurt that it's hard to not look back without seeing nightmares. I just tell myself that I'm still standing alive, right here, feet on my ground with families and friends who truly love and support me.
They say wounds will heal over time, but it still leaves scars. How we choose to live with the scars are what determines how we keep walking.